Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Om Vasudevaya, Hare Hare Ram.
Because we hear and we think, oh, it's easy for them to say because no, but truth is not partial actually in this way. It's shining for everybody, but depends upon your state of mind, how much you're able to see it. And the more you are still looking to your body, the more difficult it will be to see what the truth is here. And gradually, sometimes real pain has to come, and then you're compelled to surrender the thing you're holding on to that makes you blind. Some people think, I've heard people say, like, how can they believe in it? Because they got nothing. They got nothing. God doesn't treat them well. Why do they believe in God so much? Because they don't know the power of poverty. That poverty becomes a small thing. They become rich in another way. But people, they can't see that riches. They only see, look at the house he lives in. And he's there with his Bible, polishing his Bible and reading every day. What's wrong with these people? Yeah? But you have all this money. Where's your love for God? Yeah, well, I'm not into all of that, mate. This is like this. We don't know how life works. It's fantastic, and life is true also. Life is true. Life is truth. You see? And that's why it's so hard for the mind, because the life is true. And anytime you touch your mind, you touch suffering, you come into suffering again. Because the mind and the person is a lie. And you, the consciousness, the soul of God, you have to wake up from this dream that you are this person who is a mind-built person, having his own mind projections about life, and not really knowing, missing life, being blind to the real life. And that, it is you. You are this life. You are this life. There isn't someone else more this life than you. You are this life. You see? You have to swallow that.
I see that I don't see. That I heard it many times, but I didn't swallow it. But I'm life.
More you have to see it and swallow it. To really see it. When you really see it, you swallow it. The seeing and the swallowing is simultaneous, actually. When you really see something, it becomes clear for you. It just becomes clear in all the aspects. It becomes clear. That's how the truth works. It's not partial. Lie has to keep on building something. But if the lie builds upon the I, and then everything the eye touches becomes a lie. If even the I is wrong, if what you say I, the most intimate concept, the firstborn concept, is taken to be your truth, then everything else that it touches is also a lie, too. It becomes a lie.
It sheds a beautiful light to the situation, because the problem with Mickey is
it's here. Poverty and wealth is inside here. It starts. It's where it really is. But
from what I feel since I met you, actually, about spirit, like it's you who have been doing everything. Like the only thing I'm doing is resisting more or less, but you're doing it. Like even in the seeing or the inquiry, it feels like that. I don't know. Like it's even if you have to see it, but I feel it's you who will see it through me somehow. It's not. You know what I mean? Like for me, I feel the meeting you, and the sadhana is just you. It's you doing. I wouldn't call it a sadhana, but it's all the so-called progress or stuff. I don't know. I feel it's just you, and for this, and now I'm asking you, like, I know the I that I'm referring to usually cannot see that I am life. And it's only through your grace I feel that something will, maybe I will see.
It is already doing it.
It
is already doing it.
Asking to be, again, make me open so I can receive. Because
make you open so that you can be open.
Exactly, it's strange. Make me open so I can be open.
Yeah. To receive the thing you already have. To receive the thing you already have.
Make me worthy to receive somehow. Like it's not even me, I'm worthy, and no, you give, it's you make.
Make you open like that. To be open and make you open to receive the thing you have already got. And to see that I am the one doing everything, and it turned out that this I who am doing everything is you. There's no color change there. There's nothing there. There's nothing to convert from here to here to be you and you to be me. It's just something that we give a lot of attention to the mind, and the mind will create the sense of separateness and divisions like this, and it will activate that delusion inside ourselves. We will keep on believing that, and by believing it, because belief is such a tremendous power, then it will become the reality you live and experience, although it is not true. You know? The life is funny, you cannot work it out. It's like you came here thinking you come here for one thing, and you realize that something else is unfolding like this. And it's been going like that every day. We go to different situations, different places, and you think you're going for this. You see, this is the mind. You think you're going for this, but actually you're going for that. You see? But the you think you're going for this is the mind who can't see beyond these projections. But you end up realizing this thing. You see? You think you're going here to meet this farmer's daughter, and you end up sort of like meeting your wife. Or that somehow changing the course of your life. You don't know. And this is why I say don't trust your mind. Don't trust in your mind's limits or its projections, you know. Just leave all to God, because He's arranging everything. He's the you don't realize yet. You're making yourself pure enables you to become you. The grace from you is opening you so that you can recognize that you've always been you and become you. You see, these things won't make sense to anybody. It's a paradox that only you may say the deep mind, the true mind understand this thing. The heart mind understand it. You know. The more you understand the thing, even not in your mind you don't understand it, but actually it's been converted into what? Into just pure peace, you know. And that's why the ambient change, because something in you permits this change. It lets go of the things was creating agitation, and it just finds already that the peace which is there, but it's been overlooked. Now it's back in its truthful place. That's what happened with my sister, you know. She came from the United States, and she came back, and she came to talk to me because she was very agitated about being in London. And says, I went to the United States, and she was studied as she wanted to be an actress, and this actor and so on. She went to the United States and she went to Hollywood and she met all these producers and stuff, and she talked with them, and man, this is really the Big Apple. This is a big place, a place of opportunities, Mooji. And I've come back to here and I feel like my life is not flowing here. You know, I said, well, so what do you want? She said, I want to get back there because that's where my life is waiting for me. And boom, that's what started my conversation with her. And just we talked, and then slowly she started to float back down into a beautiful stability inside herself. And at the end of this talk, all this thing about America, she said, my God, you know what a big trip. I've been walking in this big trip in my head since I came back. I put on this American helmet and I've just been listening to everything about America. I started seeing my life here as being rubbish, and that's where I really need, and so on. And I came here and it's all just crashed. And I said, yeah, but how do you feel? He says, I've never been so in peace in my life. I feel such a peace. I feel like I've been walking around blind by some dream to do something. And it was from there, you know, she said, I said to her, we're going to India. Why you don't come? And that's how she came to India. She said, yeah, I think I would come. With the least expect, you know. And she came to India and loved it, cut off her locks and everything like this, and burnt her hair on Arunachal and buried her hair in Arunachal. She went to such transformation, such soul searching, and so much of this. So I said, don't worry about these things. It's not going to look like the picture your mind paints. It really will never be the picture your mind paints. Mind paint a picture of terror. To terrorize you, that you better move now because your money is running out, and you know, look what's happened to so and so. It's going to happen to me, and you start to sort of like, you know, read someone else's story and substitute them for you. Okay. It is not like that. It is really is not like that.
I feel what you're teaching. Yeah, I've used my mind a lot in my past because I was doing science and stuff. But somehow when I met you, I knew this man cannot understand you. So I let him out of your teaching. So because I can feel it corresponds somewhere else. But it's like still for the practicality. I was still relying on him for practical life, and all these things. Okay, let's make a plan because you have to, and I can see the mistake, and it's something doesn't want to.
Resistance will.
Let it go, right?
Yes, some resistance will come because sometimes it's the only, you know, it's like the mind is holding on to a thin thread, you know. But it feels like the strongest thread in the world. It's like you chop the head off and it's hanging on by a thin thread. But this thin thread is like the strongest thread in the world.
It's like we're doing this, and then it said, but for the practicality,
yes.
Okay, I'm working with you, you can make this, or if this doesn't work, you will do this. And so much internal noise. But for the inquiry and the relationship with you, I let him out. But by just giving him these fingernails of organizing the practical life and stuff, it's giving him so much power and suffocating the bigness. Because I see even in the way I'm moving in the daily life, organizing, okay, let's do this, I do that, I have to do this. Even doing the practical things, but I'm doing it with my mind. Something I cut my beingness. I see like I'm thinking, okay, I have to do the dishes and I do this. Give him a bath, I put him in bed. I'm not with him. I'm not here. I'm not with me. With by.
This is it. That's what I'm telling you. That you I chop the head off, and just a little bit of tendon is left in the head, and that little string that's holding the head, you know. You know, an elephant can do a bungee jump with that string, and it won't break. You understand what I'm saying? Because you know, like this, and everything is the mind is trying to feed everything. It turns that string into an umbilical cord, and it's trying to suck to try and get something like that. But that's why I don't waste time trying to develop the muscles of any ego, just to show you, listen, forget about good ego and bad ego, and sort of like even trusting in the self and stuff is all baloney. You are the self. There was a time when you would just catch this without all these gymnastics. I accept the self. I don't believe in the self. All of this is just pure delusion. You are already without choice. That. The rest is just the play of the mind, playing through this. Yeah, well, for a time I was with this I. Something keeps, sort of like hitting this running wheel to keep it on the move. But it's not. Actually, sometimes I feel like my eye is pointing or teaching. I can say in half a sentence. Because it's the most simple thing. What is difficult is to somehow even to grasp it. It's not a personal achievement. It's not a personal achievement.
Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Om Vasudevaya.